If you take one step, it's right where it is. Yeah.
And I'm sure you felt
I think one thing we've been playing together 2 years now. We've gone from 4 to 4-5, and we've played together I think fairly well. He's a student of the game, he really is. He's always filming, reading stuff, looking at stuff. He officiates, so he's always bringing new stuff to the game. I still think sometimes we play and we say we're going to do this, and then 2 shots later we're just flailing away and playing. We totally don't stay in what we want to do.
So I'm going to talk about 4 buckets.
Boom, that's right.
There are 4 buckets
3 or 4 inches away from
over
the
here
baseline.
that you each are going to choose from individually. And then right in front of you, you have your own bucket. Okay, so you have your own bucket, you have your own bucket, you have your own bucket, and you have your own bucket. That is, how am I going to play, or how am I playing right now bucket. Okay, and you pull from these 4 buckets, and you have the ability, and this is the mental side of the game, to decide when you need to dump your bucket and reset it. And one of the buckets over here is social, and one's emotional. So if you're in a tournament and you're in a great conversation and you get called to the court, you're still thinking about that conversation, right? It's like, oh, that was great. Blah, 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 blah. That's what's in your play bucket right now. Social. You have to dump it. You have to walk out on the court and go, I have to dump that. All that has to be done. Man, somebody just told me something that just really sucked. You know, made me feel bad. That's emotional. You have to learn to dump your emotional bucket. Now, the other 2 buckets are the 2 that you're going to hopefully choose from, one more than the other. One is the analytical bucket, the one that thinks strategy all the time. If your bucket is full of that, you are not focused on any of your mechanics. You're busy reading the opponent the whole time. You have to learn to dump and just let a pebble of that in. Not boulders, don't feel it, not a whole bucket of sand of strategy. There's a place and a time for strategy, okay? The other bucket is your mechanics, okay? So frequently, dump the bucket and reset with your mechanics. Focus on just mechanics. Then, once you understand lanes and alleys and you work off court with your diagram, glass of wine, I don't care what, and your chocolates, you start eating the people on the court, you're going to have a problem. Okay? Then you off court are working on the analytical bucket. And it starts running in the background when you're playing and you're focused 100%. So when the 2 of you are playing, you will have to remember to shut off your analytical every once in a while and just go into automatic. You 2 have played with each other enough that you know what each other is going to do. You need to think about your normal mode of play and where do you get in a bind normally taking a shot that maybe we shouldn't go that far that direction, we should come back maybe this direction. And so you can tweak your strategies just a little bit. It's not saying you pitch everything. You just hone them in a little bit finer on that. So just when you're out on the court, I call it a squirrel syndrome. I have it. Hey, oh hi Fred. Oh my gosh, when did you get back? And my partner's like, are you ready? Oh yeah, I'm ready. No, I'm not. I need to dump my bucket and I need to refill it. It's okay to stay zoned in on the court and stay zoned in on what you need. Eventually, you'll start to understand the need of the team, and we talked about that today. But your bucket, how am I going to play? And what am I choosing from those 4 buckets? Sometimes you're reading the opponent too much. You need to dump that. Just get back to your mechanics. And then, for example, let's say you guys are playing and they're picking on you. No big deal. You can handle it all day long. You get the opportunity to stay in position and read. And when you go back, go, you know what? If you lob that guy over his shoulder, we have that all day long. He can't read that because he's busy fielding the ball. But if you see something in strategy, you could say, you know what? Great, keep the ball right there, but can you go 6 inches further that direction? He'll reach and he'll pop it up, and I'll get to say thank you. And that's just tweaking those little pieces. Okay?
See those things yet.
But that's okay.
One way or another doesn't mean a whole lot.
It will.
It will.
It will. It'll mean a lot because you don't have to change a lot of things. You just have to move the opponent. You have to keep them off balance. Not by a lot, just by a little. Because if they're off balance, the control freak takes over.
I don't think you. Scott and I had a conversation. I know there was another conversation going on, but I'm paraphrasing. He said, basically, I just want to keep the pressure on the other team. Right? Go ahead. What did you say there?
Well, I'm just saying, always keep the pressure on the other team, keep the ball in their play. They're going to feel it more than anything.
Yeah.
And then you take control of the match. I always want to do that. Always, always, always. And make them make mistakes. Guess what? The team that makes the most mistakes, what happens to them?
Usually they lose.
They lose. So that's it. If you keep the ball in play, keep the ball in play, keep the ball in play. Even if you put a ball in play and they hit a winner,
Keep it in play.
that's the way it goes.
Use your mechanics to get the ball over
I've
the
been
net.
on the other side, trust me.
If it's falling short of the net, if the ball is falling short of the net, what is the mechanic that it's not being completed?
5% follow.
The follow through.
Keep your serves in. Keep the returns in. The game starts after all of that. If you waste all of that, you're not going to score.
There is nothing the opponent can do to you, so you put the ball in front of play. You have all the time. Use those 20 nanoseconds of time to your advantage. If you take your time and complete all of your mechanics to put the ball over the net and return to your ready position with the paddle out in front of you, then read, you've used your 20 nanoseconds of time.
And this morning, that's the change. That yesterday I played all right, but I tried to fire, tried to hit winners, tried to didn't work. Today, I put it in play and jinked it.
Yeah, that was great.
Looked cool doing it.
Yeah.
And really
Felt
won,
good.
and won all the
Damn good.
points.
It
And won
felt
the
good.
games,
Won all the
right?
games, it's all that matters.
So that's
It's just fine
that was the
tuning.
whole thing.
Okay.
So basically, from one day to the next, he just went back to his mechanics.
The fundamentals. It's amazing that you can hit the game can win the point. And we saw Marcin the other day against Ben Johnson.
Right thing, though.
Tried to hit 5 shots down the line and work them. He missed every one of them.
Tried to make something
All
happen.
Ben Johnson.